I'm Dracula. You're not recording.
I am.
Nice. Well, there was one thing I wanted to say. If you're inclined to listen, holiness requires as great, or almost as great, an effort, but holiness works on lines that were natural once. I'm talking about sin here. It is an effort to recover the ecstasy that was before the fall. Holiness is. But sin is an effort to gain the ecstasy and the knowledge that pertain alone to the angels, and in making this effort, man becomes a demon.
Mm.
I told you that the mere murderer is not therefore a sinner. That is true, but the sinner is sometimes a murderer. Gilles de Rais is an instance. So you see that while the good and the evil are unnatural to man as he is now, to man the social civilized being, evil is unnatural in a much deeper sense than good. The saint endeavors to recover a gift which he has lost. The sinner tries to obtain something which was never his. In brief, he repeats the fall. This is Ambrose in Arthur Machen's story, The White People, whereas he's at the beginning, he's trying to explain to his companion why sin is much more rare than we think it is, that really it's much rarer even than saints, the sinner. Because sinning is something where you're actively and consciously trying to commit evil. He says that evil is wholly positive, only that it is on the wrong side.
Right, right.
And I think this has quite a bit to do with what we're talking about tonight, namely vampires.
Oh, you did it. I knew you were going to do it. That is such a,
Say vampire?
yeah, 100%. Bennonites rejoice.
Okay, fine. Vampires.
Vampire.
Yeah, but I guess we both read The Great God Pan, that is not from that story, but I think in a way that's a vampire story too. Not explicitly, but certainly Machen had read the great vampire tales of the 19th century, and this idea of messing with the boundaries between what man can know and what he can't know. I think that's a big part of the vampire thing. Um,
You can obviously go the route of folklore and talking about the folklore of the vampire and that fear of the wood, fear of the unknown. The vampire is like a folk tradition that's popularized in Eastern Europe, small villages and stuff like that. And later, um, folklore is the vampire becomes that diabolical genius that also seems to bring pestilence and bring plague in its wake, which is a motif that's in a lot of horror films. Some of those we'll talk about.
Plague, yeah, it's often associated with. I feel like one of the big things people trying to explain the folkloric like reality of vampirism through stuff like tuberculosis or rabies or things like that. Like they're trying like this is like a almost like a sport or something for uh, skeptics to try to like explain paranormal or folkloric things through medical data, which might be a legitimate thing. There's that other genetic defect that people often link to vampires because it was common in aristocracy and like inbred rich families, and they, I think it's like porphyric. Do you know what I'm talking about or no?
I, Vaguely, is it like a some kind of like discoloration and like I don't know.
It is. God damn it! I have to find it now. It's an interesting porphyria, um, a liver disorder,
Yeah.
but
What does it What
yeah,
does
or
it
like
cause?
just like sort of a variety of things, including bloody urine.
Mm-hmm.
But so they thought that maybe they were peeing the blood that they drank. But other things, it's not bloody urine, it's discolored. But you know, I
Yeah,
think we all know the
there's
difference between
kind of
those
like
things.
the the lore too has like the victims of coma like waking up in
Sure.
in
Or
their coffins and stuff like that.
the weird things that happen to dead bodies where like they'll groan sometimes as gas escapes,
Mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm.
or but yeah, a lot of the folklore shifts like during the Romantics when John Polidori wrote The Vampire and
Yeah, yeah.
suck on that.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
I like that
Suck on
story a
that.
lot.
Put that in the trailer for this app.
Get it because of vampires.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. So should we? You want to talk about the OA a little bit? Was it like 3 years
Oh yeah, you
later?
watched the OA.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean I haven't seen it in like 3 years. So yeah, what'd you think?